guys, it is Wednesday morning in Dubai and we are dreaming of walking these streets. There's a new post about what the E311 could look like with 1 million trees. We also spoke about the realities of teaching in Dubai after DXB Hun posted her very genuine assumptions of what it's like.
And so if you are not subscribed to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcast from and enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show, where we go through the top trending stories. Our top story for you today, the E311 makeover that might happen but looks sensational.
As well, UAE aid arrives in Gaza for the first time since Rafah crossing closure.
We're talking all about how you can get free car inspections thanks to Dubai Police.
As well, a former teacher showcased the reality of teaching in Dubai.
It is 277 days since the genocide began on October 7th in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 38,243. The number of injured people is 88,033, and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
And for the rapid weather reports, expect highs of 42 degrees. And the highest temperature recorded over the country yesterday was 50.8 degrees in Al Shumanka, Abu Dhabi at 2:45. But before we get to our top stories, of course, you guys, a star was born in the Euros last night. Lamine Yamal, ladies and gentlemen, the youngest goal scorer in the history of the Euros. 16-year-old scored a sensational goal, and you don't need to be a football fan to love this moment.
I think we just need to take a second. As Farah said, you don't need to be a football fan. This happened on the pitch last night. Lamine Yamal, he's 16 years old. He plays club football for Barcelona. He plays national football for Spain. He is regarded as one of the best young talents in the world. By the way, he plays for Spain, but he also wears the Guinea and Moroccan flag on his boots. That's a nod to his parents' heritage, his mom and his dad. But like, that goal from a long shot out as a 16-year-old, like
it's sensational.
The event is absolutely sensational, and you're just thinking, like, what did I accomplish when I was 16?
I know. We were talking about, like whether sports. I mean, it's clearly that he's talented, and with the perfect practice and the perfect, I would say, like mindset that he has reached here. So I think, honestly, do you think that sports and any activity is like a talent, or do you think it can be learned?
It's a good question in when we look at what he's done, because as a 16-year-old, like, how long has he been consistent for?
Sure.
I think you need both. You need to be super duper talented. Your mental stamina, your kind of mental power needs to be 100%, and then you need to maintain that over a long time, and you need to work really hard.
I agree with you, because like at this point, if you set your brain and your head into doing something and achieving something, you will achieve it and you will work hard for it. However, I think that, having both, as you said, kind of like come hand in hand. But I don't think like you can be taught something like, from scratch. I don't agree with that, because like I think if you have the talent, yes, feed it to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like when you look at, for example, like all the people who want to be like the next Tiger Woods of golf, have you seen all these Netflix documentaries where they have these pressure parents, no offense to a pressure parent, and they're saying, I want my kid to be this. So from the age of 3 and 4, they're giving them the books, they're giving them the movies, they're giving them the sports or the instrument, and going all in. And this could be families from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, and they're like, this is going to get us to the next level, and the parents put so much pressure on the kids. So maybe you don't always need the talent, but if you're super consistent, you could get to professional level.
That's true. And I was telling you before the show that it's happened in my family, because like we come from a musical family, and playing the oud or the guitar and the piano, and we've learned the piano and so on. However, my cousin, who's a piano genius, by the way, he is a piano genius, literally. He did not learn it. He would like rebel against his parents, and he would not want to learn it.
Wow.
However, when he wanted to learn it, he learned it on his own, and he is a genius.
That's talent.
That's exactly, and this is what I mean by like this 16-year-old footballer. He for sure has a talent, and he fed the talent by hard work. And look where he is right now.
I saw the post-match interview, and can I say he just handled it like an absolute pro. He just stood there and spoke to the reporter as though he'd been answering questions about his game his entire life, and you just can see that he is ready for this. And they're going into the final. Who they'll play, we do not know. That's going to be determined this evening because England is taking on Netherlands tonight. Yes, they are. And we'll be back with you tomorrow for the next sports show. But a huge congrats to Spain. They're going to the Euros final. Can they make it all the way? Let's see.
And in light of that, let's jump to our first story, which I really hope it happens. So E311 could get a green makeover. Yes, you guys, you heard it right. E311 could get a green makeover. Now, the Dubai Green Spine project is a part of Dubai 2040 urban master plan to make Dubai a 20-minute city.
So in this project, which is proposed from development firm URB, they said, let's look at Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, the E311, but let's make it green to a phenomenal extent. They said they could put on electric trams, cycling, pedestrian routes, 100% solar-powered trams, and they proposed adding 1 million new trees.
Now, the project will be a 64 kilometers long sustainable corridor with energy-efficient buildings and a real-time traffic management system. It is not yet confirmed, you guys, but a grant, of course, I would say, let's manifest it.
Let's manifest it. Like the photos definitely went viral yesterday. It was one of the big stories that broke in Dubai yesterday evening. And it's kind of being like, if we could do anything to this city, I think the developers are saying, what would we do to make this city to take it to another level? Not that it needs it, in all fairness. And I think they're saying, let's make it green. 1 million trees. But you have to ask like the realities of the cost and also the realities of like water to feed these trees. Like it's a nice image. But I would rather making sure that, the trees don't need so much water because then it's costly to the environment. If they could do this without hurting the environment, I'm all in.
I mean, I agree with you, but having Dubai be that, it's my dream. It's my dream, honestly, because we are, if you do not commute by a car or by the metro, you guys cannot really reach anywhere. And I have always dreamt of having Dubai look like that. I mean, that would be beautiful.
True, but Dubai can't be everything.
I know, but you never know. I want it to be everything.
But I think that people are always like, it could be this, and I think that the leaders really will take on board everything that people ask for and say. And to become a pedestrian city, yes.
God. Oh God.
That would be amazing. Yes. But to become a green city, it just doesn't feel like we even need to push that, right? Because it's already beautiful in what it is, which is it is a beautiful skyline and desert, surrounded by desert.
That is true. And
can it be everything else? I'm not sure.
You never know. For example, if you would want to say, for example, there's Masdar City in Abu Dhabi, right? I've went to it, and let me tell you, it is beautiful, and I felt like, wow, I would want to live here. You know what I mean? And it's
sustainable city, greens,
amazing,
ranches, Al Barari,
right? And you can even, by the way, feel the difference. When there are less cars, people are walking, and things are very close to you. I just would love that for Dubai. If Dubai can get to that without having anything done to the environment. Why not Dubai? You can do it, Dubai. I'm here. I'm rooting for you. You can do it.
I mean, all for the pedestrian city, for sure. It just looks beautiful. I feel like the images are just kind of like an AI, make Dubai green.
Make Dubai green. That's how it would look like. But I would be walking. I would want to be like, oh yeah, I'm walking to Dubai Mall. How amazing would that be?
I mean, you could take the metro and take that 5K route walking, and it's covered. Let's jump into our next story. Our second story for today, the UAE aid arrives in Gaza for the first time since the Rafah crossing closure. A UAE aid convoy carrying relief materials has reached the Gaza Strip via the Karam Abdus Salam border crossing. This marks the first arrival since the closure of the Rafah crossing on May 6, 2024.
The convoy is part of Operation Chevaliers Night 3 and the UAE's humanitarian aid initiative, initiative aiming to assist Palestinians in Gaza. The closure of the Rafah crossing had halted land aid provisions, worsening the humanitarian crisis and leading to shortages of human and essential supplies in Gaza.
Trucks loaded with 80 tons of UAE aid have arrived now. This vital assistance includes tents, a crucial need for families displaced by the ongoing war. The aid also encompasses essential relief materials such as food parcels and dates, addressing the most pressing needs faced by Gaza residents today.
The UAE, through Operation Jabarius Night 3, of course, as we said, it aims to strengthen its humanitarian role by supporting Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, addressing their needs and implementing relief projects to alleviate the suffering of displaced families.
Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the people of Gaza. We're monitoring the story closely. You can catch more information on our feed. We're going to jump into our next story, which is how you can get free car inspections from Dubai Police. So yesterday, we reported one major car fire in Dubai Sports City. You probably saw this video. We are in the thick of summer heat, and Dubai Police are out here urging you to take care of your vehicles by offering free car inspections. They're giving you the tools that you need. You just need to make sure that you make the use of them.
As part of the Summer Without Accidents campaign, Dubai Police is offering free car inspection services until August 31st at AutoPro across the UAE.
And I think so many people had questions on this. So people were jumping in being like, who's it for? You basically just need to go within these dates as a Dubai resident and you can get the free 10-point vehicle inspection. They look at things including the condition of belts, the AC and air filter, windshield and washer fluid, battery health, wiper blade, and it's a 10-point inspection, making sure that your car is in tip-top shape this summer. We always say, how does this happen? But yesterday we spoke about what you shouldn't leave in your car.
Yes.
And maybe we can assume that that's
we have, by the way, mentioned it more than once about how to avoid having your car overheated, because you would want to avoid that. And I hope everyone's safe, and I hope everyone just is taking care and being aware of things to avoid keeping in your car, to avoid having your car, I don't know, all in flames. You would not want that, right? Yeah,
but let's say, for example, people watching on Instagram, good morning to everyone, by the way, lots of people watching. Can you let us know, have you taken heed of these warnings? Because I've sat here, I've given out the warnings.
Yes.
And we've said, don't have the perfume, don't have the lighter fluid, don't have lighters in your car. But have I actually gone to my car, which is filled with stuff, by the way? It's filled with stuff. I don't know, it's like my bedroom. And have I actually gone through and checked? So anyone watching on Instagram, have you taken heed of these warnings? Or is this video of a fire from yesterday, is that enough to help you actually go out to your car right now and make sure that you don't have those stuff in your car?
And as well, by the way, it has been the weather. We just said about with our rapid weather reports, it's really hot, you guys, and it's gotten 50.8 degrees
yesterday.
So, literally, and it might be even more, by the way. It feels really hot. As a human, I cannot go out and go to the supermarket and get what I want. So you guys, you should just maybe be very aware and careful with what you keep in your car. Take care of yourselves, put sunscreen on and so on. But you just want to avoid any accidents that you don't want to be sorry. So I all the time say it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, I've got ruined makeup, and I know that's just my mascara is just all over the place. An absolute disaster. No, in all seriousness, do go to AutoPro and get your free car inspections. Massive shout out to Dubai Police for putting this on for residents during the summer. We need to take care. Even
Dubai, by the way, is aware of the heat that it's going through. So what they are doing, they are providing such services so that everyone stays safe and everyone's very aware of everything. But Casey, you told me that you were a teacher once.
Yeah.
And I think
4 great years. Thank you very much.
I'm sure you were an amazing teacher.
That's questionable. That's actually not so true. Sure. No. It's very questionable. But I liked the kids. It's not easy, is what I'll say. It's not easy.
So I think this news is for you and everyone. Now, a former teacher showcased the reality of teaching in Dubai. A former teacher turned blogger showcased the reality of teaching in Dubai, and she was asked what she would or would not miss. And of course, here is what she said. She said that she misses the children, she misses the environment, the colleagues, and making a difference to future generations.
However, and this is the point, she does not miss the exhaustion, the paperwork, the micromanaging, and how they're being checked in the classroom, as in her point of view, these things don't make a difference to the child's learning.
So she felt overworked, and she never saw the point of some teaching guidelines like colored pens, but there was always a bright side, which is birthdays at school, cute letters, and sweet students.
Can I just make a point, by the way, that this was DXB Hun, who we've had on the show before. Massive shout out to her, because she has told the story of coming here, teaching in the UAE, starting blogging, starting making videos, and then going out on her own. So she's always so honest and so on point with her point of view. And this is getting a great reaction from a lot of teachers, actually. I feel like teachers are really standing by her on this side.
I want to talk about people and what they're saying in the comments. I want to say, as a teacher, you're a teacher. How would you say, is it actually exhausting? Because for example, as a student, I used to be like, oh yeah, teachers have the easiest job. All they have to do is come and teach us what they know.
So it's funny because the first comment is ridiculous. Remind me which career has the most holidays. I was in a school that didn't have this level of paperwork. However, I know that in the top schools, in many of the schools, you're teaching on your feet for X number of days, and then you're spending all your evening doing admin. And I totally agree with Carl, DXB Hun, that it's not needed, it's not essential. I think teachers need to love their job. They need to love the kids. It's all about providing just like a nice, warm environment for the kids. That's all that matters. Yeah. At that age, that's all that matters. The paperwork, the admin, whether or not the notice board with the drawings, whether that's tidy, it's not relevant. You don't have to be a totally organized teacher to provide a nice classroom experience. Back to your question, my school was pretty easy. We got to leave at 3 o'clock done, but that's really rare. And I think most teachers go through what Carl went through.
I mean, honestly, like in my school, we had people who needed the extra classes. So they would have like after school classes with the teachers and so on. I don't know about that, but we had I think amazing teachers, and we loved some teachers and we did not like other teachers. So one of the things that we did not like with teachers are teachers who were overly organized and teachers who were overly pinpointing everything, and we're like, guys, just chill. And we love the teachers who were very light and teaching as if it's very smoothly.
Are you talking about high school, by the way, or are you talking about when you're younger?
No, when I was younger as well. Okay. And as well during high school, oh my God, during high school it was we were teenagers, so I'm sorry to every teacher that I have given a hard time. I'm sorry, I appreciate you, but...
Yeah, because teachers, by the way, not only do they face a hard time by the kids,
True.
Rarely, when I talk to my friends, a lot are still teachers, they rarely complain about the kids. They complain about the parents, because sometimes there's a lot of access, there's WhatsApp groups, and they have to, have the classroom environment, and B, deal with parents who of course want the best for their kids, but there's a lot for teachers to have to deal with inside and outside of the classroom. And I think what Carl was saying back to it is that she loved the kids, she loved the experience of her colleagues and everything and all that went into it, but it was all the extra stuff which actually doesn't matter that got her down. And every teacher in the comment stands by it and supports it, and then you obviously have your haters. You obviously have your haters jumping in and questioning it. But what's really cute actually on this is some of her former kids' parents jumped in and said what a nice teacher she was. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
nice. To be honest with you, teachers really do mark their presence in a child's life. To this day, I still remember my first grade Arabic teacher. I will never ever forget her, and
true.
You know what I mean? It's and
so true.
I will still as well remember the teacher that did not really teach us well. at the same time, or that was not well, that we did not like. So I think teachers really have a hard job because like they I feel like they need to study as well before going to school the next day because they have all of these things that they want to teach the
it's a
students.
lot of prep.
And it's a curriculum that they need to have done by the end of the year and they need to follow. So it's really hard. And that's why I would
100%.
never understand the teacher when she would be like, oh yeah, we're late. And we would be like, late for what? But she would be late because like we'd not finished the curriculum. Yeah.
And I would just say, yeah, because you're not aware of the curriculum as much, but it's all teachers are thinking of. But what I would just say to the comments about the holidays is the holidays are for the kids. And teachers actually work a little bit during the holidays more than you're probably aware. And if your boss came along and said, we're going to give you holidays, you're not going to say no. So teachers do have a demanding job, as do many of us. But if it requires to take holidays because the kids get holidays, like no one's going to complain about that. Allow them to have it. And God bless any person who can stand in a classroom every single day with 36-year-olds and come out of it a-okay. Like it's not an easy job, and I've been there and I've done it, and it's mentally so draining because it's on them to keep up a positive environment all the time, and they do a really great job. So shout out to teachers. I've been in your shoes, and I salute to you.
I mean, I can never imagine it's so hard because not only that, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not the teacher. You were the teacher, which I'll repeat, I bet you were an amazing teacher.
I wasn't.
Why? Why would you say that? Why?
Because when I moved here, the school that I went to, they had, first of all, I wasn't a qualified teacher. And I think that the regulations have changed now, but when I first moved, it wasn't a requirement. And you need to be qualified. You need to understand the emotional development of kids, which I didn't at the time. Like I had no experience with kids, and I went into a classroom with 36-year-olds, and I had a manual this thick. And they were like, read this manual to be able to teach. So in my first 2 years, I really didn't know what I was doing. In my final 2 years, I had a great experience. I felt much more confident in the classroom, and I was able to deliver the curriculum better, I guess, and just I had a much better experience with the kids, with the parents and everything, but I wasn't confident in what I was doing the first 2 years. The manual wasn't enough to help me teach the classroom, so that's why I don't think I was a good teacher.
Was it hard on you grading papers?
No, because it was 4 and 5-year-olds, so it's a yes or no.
I mean, I don't know, because like for example, like thank God I did well in school, but we had a teacher that told us that it's very frustrating for her when she would grade our papers and some of us would not do well because she has taught us, throughout, she'd be like, oh my God, I taught you all of that and I explained it to you and you guys are not aware of that because you don't listen in class. And
yeah, that's just a teacher going overboard, going through her own stuff maybe. 8:52 on Wednesday morning, guys. We are so excited. We're going to be joined by the one and only Noura Fateh in studio today, and we've got that interview going live to promote her new song. It is Wednesday morning. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.